Hey guys, so if you normally follow us on our vlog channel, we post most of our videos over there. We've been a little behind since we had our baby boy. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and talk about our homeschool curriculum. This year we are homeschooling our oldest and he's starting kindergarten. He's 5.5 and he is already like an excellent reader. I just wanted to talk about some tips I have if you are using this curriculum or if you're not really sure what you want to do. So what we did is we bought a full curriculum that we are pretty much basing our year around. Then I have a box of supplemental things that we also ordered to kind of go with things that I thought that this one was lacking. Or at least things that I thought would help our son excel more in, like I said, since he is testing above his grade level. The curriculum that we bought is called My Father's World. It is obviously a religion-based curriculum. The problem that I had at first with My Father's World was with the kindergarten curriculum, I just felt like it was so boring. Like for my son, he obviously it goes through like a bunch of great, you know, principles and Bible stories, which are all really awesome, especially if you were looking for a religion-based curriculum. However, I didn't want kindergarten just to be Bible stories and ABCs. Luckily, the more you kind of like look into the later lessons, I don't feel like it's just that, and I feel like it goes a lot deeper than that. Anyway, it sort of looks that way on the surface, but I was thinking, you know, he is already reading, but I read some reviews and a lot of people said they were really happy that even though their 5-year-old was reading, they were still really happy that they did the kindergarten curriculum and they didn't skip it. But that was part of the reason we decided to homeschool our son, was because I didn't want him to get bored. He's so incredibly smart and I think he just needed to be able to learn new things, and he needed to be able to become confident in the things that he already knows. And I was worried he'd get lost in a big classroom and that he would, you know, get bored of school because it was going to be stuff that he had already known and that he wasn't going to be challenged enough. So even though we still are doing the kindergarten curriculum and it's still going through ABCs and letter sounds and all these things that he knows, but so far it's been really great. The thing I love the most about My Father's World is if you buy the deluxe kits, they come with everything. When I did taught school for Josiah and like preschool home, I just overworked myself. There was too much that I had to remember, too much I had to print and do things, and I was like, okay, when I'm actually doing homeschool, I'm gonna get burnt out way fast, which is what happened with preschool and stuff. And even though we don't really need to do preschool or taught school or whatever at home, it was just something that worked for us, especially because Josiah was so smart. I needed something that was gonna give me everything and tell me what to do, because I have 4 kids and I don't have time to make up things on my own or find things for him to do. And somehow we are able to do school from 9 to 3 with not getting bored and him not feeling overworked either, which is another thing I didn't want to happen. So luckily I'm doing this video to kind of go and supplement with my blog post. You can go read that here. It's about our kindergarten homeschool schedule. And it kind of goes into detail about what we do during each subject. And I really feel like he gets a lot of stretching and exercise throughout the day, so that he's not like sitting down from 9 to 3 doing book work. That would be so boring and I'm sure he would hate it. It lays out the week. So it tells you what you need day 1 to 5. It has all of the subjects. Let me get close. Here it has all of the subjects. It has the Bible stories. It has the outdoor activities. It has math, science projects, and it lists each week with a theme. A lot of them are a little bit basic, but I do like that it bases each week on a theme. So it has that. This is the teacher manual that really like detailed guides you through what to do each week. Secondly, it comes with student packs, which I like because obviously I have 4 kids and they're all gonna go through this eventually. And the student packs aren't very expensive, so you can keep everything else, and then when you have a new student coming into that grade, you just buy a new student pack, which is awesome. And so what I did was I bought this binder, and then I have sheet protectors, and each week I put the student sheets in there for that week. And so at the beginning of the week, I'll say, okay, so you know, this week we're starting week 3. So I take out all the week 3 papers, and then it says day 1, day 3, day 2. I take them out and I put these in his weekly folders. So when Josiah starts school, every morning he comes to this desk and he finds his folder for that day. So here's Tuesday. So I have 4 folders because they don't do a lot of work on Fridays. Sometimes it's kind of review, sometimes it's like get up and go to the zoo. So he has 4 folders, and then I put all his Monday papers in his Monday folder, and so on and so forth for the whole week. And then when he is done with his Monday papers, he puts them in his white folder also in here. Love that it gives you sheets, and I don't have to print anything out. So these are like his cutting pages, his writing pages. Some of them are like picture cards. I think we're making badges, and he's practicing tracing and writing and drawing. And on top of the student sheets, in the deluxe ones, they come with, sometimes they come with games or books, which I think are great because a lot of the other curriculums, it's like, okay, here's the list of the books that you need for the school year. You can go to the library, you can buy them or whatever. I don't have to do any of that. It says if you buy the deluxe, here is everything that you need. Obviously, if you want to do more books or your child wants to read more, then feel free to go purchase or find these books at the library that go along with each theme. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And it gives you everything that you need to not be able to lift a finger pretty much. And I think that's pretty amazing. It has like a supply list that you would need. It says, okay, well, here's what you need for the whole year. But just like things that you might not need every week, but just it's good to have them on hand, you know, pretty much like when you start to school and the teacher says, okay, here's a supply list. I need you to buy these for the students for the school year. Like colored pencils and glue and watercolor paints. So I wanted to go through what comes in the kindergarten kit for My Father's World. It has like a little globe ball. This is like a squishy puzzle. And then we listen to classical music on Fridays. There's these ABC flashcards. I'm not sure. It says to hang them up on the wall and you'll kind of refer to them throughout the year. Since my son knows his ABCs, he knows how to read, he knows letter sounds, I might not put them up on the wall, but I'm not sure yet. Here's the whole stack of books for kindergarten. These are all like reading books. You know, Mouse and Mole, Moonbear's Shadow, Frog and Toad. So a lot of them are like classic books that, I mean, most kindergarteners would probably read. Bee Tree, Tacky Penguin. I know like my son read this in his preschool class. Apple Pie, Ferdinand, I Love You Forever, The Tortoise and the Hare, and then a few other big ones. So that is the My Father's World kindergarten kit, and I'm really liking it so far. So like I said, I will probably check in with you guys. I did think it was a little bit lacking in like math. The only math supplement it came with was these Cuisinart rods, and then a Cuisinart alphabet book, which it's still, again, it's doing more alphabet than math. But like right here, so it shows you, okay, you have to fill in the Cuisinart rods on top of the letter M, and then it says, now try to build it again, but using the least amount of blocks. Or do it with the smallest blocks and then count how many blocks you needed to make the M. So, I mean, obviously they're still using math numbers, and maybe that's just what kindergartners do for math, but I felt like it was a little lacking in the math department. But I do like that it does give like science projects, even if they're just really basic ones, easy for homeschool moms to do. Anyway, I have my supplemental stuff also that Josiah is like beyond excited about. So what I have right here, it's called a mini Luke, something like that. It's got these little tiles with numbers on them, and this is like the workbook that you use to create like pictures with the tiles. But it's for critical learning and thinking skills. It's just kind of like a small activity I knew that he would be able to do on his own. With the supplemental things, I wanted to be able to find something that Josiah could do on his own, where I didn't have to sit next to him and watch him, just because, you know, I have a newborn baby and feeding, and I have toddlers to keep track of and lunch to make, or if I'm getting something ready like a craft or a project ready, it's nice to keep him busy with other things other than like coloring, you know, like kids get so bored of coloring. So I got this kindergarten level geography book, something that he could do. Sometimes it's coloring, counting. It has a lot of different ways to learn geography. But he loves workbooks, and they're really easy for him to do on his own without me sitting next to him. I got a few other books too, like just reading books for us to go through together or for him to look at on his own. This one is called This Is How We Do, and it's about other boys and girls. It goes through 7 other kids, and it goes through like their daily lives around the world, like how they get up and what kind of breakfast they eat and what they do for school, and different kids in different countries. Another good one, Josiah really loves mazes, and I found this, I think it's an Usborne book. Yeah, it's called Around the World Mazes. And so it's got pictures from around the world. This one is a feelings book that has drawing and coloring and just imagination. Josiah really likes science projects. I don't know how much we'll get through because this book is huge, but it's a science activity book for kindergartners. And I will list all of these down below, or you can go to my blog post, and those will all be linked at the bottom of my blog post as well. So here's another doodle book that has rhymes in it. So it's like reading and rhyming and drawing. Okay, I'm back. Everyone. Oh, this is Sawyer Reed. Say hi, baby boy. Hi. Okay, so he's gonna have to hang out with us for a minute. Then I have a instructor's handbook and a kid's book for spelling. And again, yeah, I think that's A, which means it's like the first one for kindergarten. Here's another one that I didn't think went through in My Father's World, but maybe that's just like not really a kindergarten thing. This is another Usborne book. It's called Look Inside Your Body. It's really awesome. It's biology, obviously. You know, so it talks about like digestion and bones and muscles, and then your brain. There's a little Pete the Cat math game that he's really excited about. And my son loves puzzles, and so this is kind of like that mini look thing. These are kind of like puzzles. It gives him like little pictures to look at, and he has to match the picture with the blocks and stuff. Oh, I got this watercolor elephant kit. So this has 6 giant puzzles of maps. So a world map, Canada, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Got a human body map, or not map, jumbo floor puzzle. So one side has the skeleton on it, and then the other side has the muscles on it. Which, I don't know. Again, if you watch our vlogs, you kind of know my kids are obsessed about Halloween. And so Josiah wanted it mostly, I think, because it had a skeleton on it. And then we have 2 STEM activity sets. One is, where is it? Oh, this one is the force and motion. And then we also have the magnet one. So that is our curriculum. Sorry about the long video. But if you want to go read about our kindergarten schedule, you can find it below, and you can go read the blog post. And if you liked any of these things, you can go find them in that post and in the description. Oh, one more thing. Along with these supplemental things that we got, we also got him an online subscription, because again, it's something easy for him to do sort of on his own. Obviously, I'm gonna need to monitor, you know, the online things that he's doing, but it's an online reading program called Reading Eggs. And we've done it for about a week now, and Josiah loves it. He thinks it's so fun. You take a placement test, so it places you where you think you should be. It's a really great program, and I think Reading Eggs, I think it's the same program, but there's something called Math Seeds. So he has an online math subscription too. But I will link those subscriptions down below also, because I think they're a really great resource. Obviously, they're not like something that can just teach your kid and you can say, okay, that's kindergarten, I don't have to do anything. But they are a great supplement. And so far I'm really loving the Math Eggs, or Reading Eggs and Math Seeds. So that's my curriculum. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, you can comment below, or you can go to the blog post and ask questions. But yeah, go subscribe to our vlog channel, and thanks for watching. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.